All right.
All right, listen, guys, YouTubers and truthers and realizers of our bullshit existence. Hey, listen, I'd like to first off extend thanks for all of you fucking troopers who hung out with us on Saturday night for 5 hours and 50 some odd damn minutes. You guys stand out against the rest. I was falling apart at the end of that day. Hey there, event.
Yeah, I guess it's definitely a work in progress. Um, I guess I'd like to start off this short chat with I feel going on right now. There's a lot of in truth or fighting, and you know, I
Yeah,
just feel I
I
just
like to.
feel
I'd like to address that directly, actually, to be honest with you.
well.
And
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Rob.
let me go on, and then you can continue with that. I really have to state for the record that I'm a little bit disgusted with the way that the truther community itself is fragmenting their ideals and their judgment on other truthers. First off, there's no way that anybody in their right mind, especially those that are convinced by the mainstream media, there's no way that they're going to take us seriously in any way, shape, nor form if we can't get along ourselves. First and fucking foremost, I'm not going to. I don't even have to digress on that. It's pretty plain and simple. Now, going back to our show, don't worry, event. Hold that thought. Going back to the show, I really, really, really want to address Tom Lacavera. I love the guy. I was glad to have him on the show, and I'm seriously pissed that we fucking dropped the ball on the whole muting issue. Um, Dude, we only tried to put you in the penalty box for a couple of moments, and we wanted to bring you back in when you kind of calmed down because things got a little heated. But hey, shit happens, and I'm sorry for that, mate.
Yeah,
I basically had a conversation with the Event Skeptic and said, listen, if anybody gets hostile towards anybody else and there's shouting involved, nobody needs to hear that shit. So, quite frankly, mute the mics. And I have to hand it to Event because he did exactly, and without even being told, he just went and did it. And for that, I thank you, Event. However, I dropped the ball because apparently I had the magic finger that would unmute him, and I failed. So, Tom, dude, don't let flea bite get under your skin. He's a good man. He's just, yeah, he was probably well pissed, but, you know, and by pissed I mean drunk, but whatever. Um, Guys, we have bigger fucking fish to fry than to go on about these like little nitpicky fucking issues of who pisses off who and you know who got sanded who's cunt. So quite frankly, yeah, this is my personal apology to you, Tom. If you're listening, oh, and you will listen. You will listen. I love you, man, and let's join forces. Let's go on about what we talked about before that happened, and we can move forward. The open source T-shirt company is in design right now. I've designed an actual structure that I think you would totally appreciate, and I'd love to get you in chat sometime soon. In fact, you could even call me personally. I'll send you links for that. Anyhow, going back to event, take it away.
okay. That being said, I'd like to personally send out my apology to Mr. Tom Lacavera and to Fleabite. When I initiated the penalty, I had no understanding that I wasn't going to be able to unmute the mics. Nobody was kicked out of the chat. Like Robert said, there's only one dick allowed, and that's going to be Robert.
Hey,
Robert's put Robert's put a lot of time and effort into this, just like you guys have all put your time and effort into your passions. What Tom brings to the table is passion, patriotism, and someone that I go to war with. So I just like to throw that
absolutely.
out. I just
I
like
would
to.
totally be in the trenches with Tom. Tom,
Uh,
I would jump on a grenade for you.
I'd also like to bring up a really good SoundCloud message that Chad Lilly sent out last night. It seems to be that the powers that be have boxed us all into corners, where anybody that speaks out against the norm is basically demonized and booted out from the communities. I feel my main strength is taking the least of what I have and turning it into something that's livable, at any length. And I just think we need to judge everyone the same way we want to be judged. And if I expect to be a peaceful person, I have to respect your rights to be a peaceful person. And like, I want to throw it to Robert, and he can comment on an excellent guest left a comment and something to do with how we all color. I'll throw it back to you, Robert, on the crayon issue.
The crayons. Yeah. All right. So we had a great guest the other night on Saturday. Our entire purpose of the second episode of our community roundtable was to attempt to help Zeekly TV because they were being bombarded with attacks. So what I thought would be a good mix was to bring in some network specialists, bring in some people who knew some shit about some shit, and actually let's try to get to the bottom of things. I had no idea the show would go for 5 hours. Yeah, it lingered on and went off into different subjects and what have you. But hey, shit, that's what happens, right? First off, I would like to go to Matthew Pinkerton, who is the Joker. Um, his response to Saturday's show is perhaps okay. This is his.
Wait. Can I just say one thing before you say it?
Sure.
We do respect the Joker, and I was just absolutely blown away by his knowledge and what he can do with the World Wide Web. Because I'm still learning too, so we got nothing against him. We want to have him back, and now I'm gonna.
That's a great point. That's a great point. And actually, before I continue reading the email, I also want to reiterate that is I don't defend anybody except for us and our movement and the goddamn human race. B, I do not speak for anybody. So, Fleabite, sorry, buddy. Love you, man. You're my own personal Wookiee, but I'm not going to speak for you, so I'm not going to apologize on your behalf either. You kind of fucked up a little bit there, bro. But anyway, Matthew Pinkerton says, perhaps some clever and cheeky advice. Do not use a 5-hour-long conversation. Exclude people too drunk to be understood, whom already has a thick, strong accent. Actually, before I continue, I love having people in there with strong accents because the point of this show is to bring people together in a room that would normally not be in a goddamn room together. So anyway, thick, strong accent, and add slurring to the mix to make him incoherent. Also, before accusing someone of being anything other than curious as to how something happened, first gauge that they are doing something other than informing you of a glitch in your very flawed security protocol on a website that looks like it was put together with crayons. Speaking of the savehumanity.epgn.net site. Speaking of the savehumanity.epgn.net website, I have to admit, dropped the ball on that one, didn't I? Sorry, it's down right now because I don't have the goddamn money to pay the hosting fees. Yeah, I just moved out of my truck 4 weeks ago. I'm just fucking getting up to date and up to speed with my bills and shit. Sorry, crayons is all I got, Joker. That's all I got.
But you'll make the best damn crayon picture you can.
Oh, hopefully.
Well, the site was good. I remember.
So
And he
anyway,
says, and to address the twat that said Zeekly TV used Sandy Hook and DDoS as a means of self-promotion, please do not reproduce if you believe any of the shit your magic box of lights tells you. So let's go up to the comment that I believe he's referring to. Where was it? Top comments. Oh, I guess it's down below. I did actually read the comment that he's talking about where somebody actually said, had the nerve to say that Zeekly TV was using the DDoS attacks as marketing, which I completely and totally oh yeah, I do not agree with that at
no,
all.
that's a complete lie in my opinion. I'm just stating my opinion, but the best marketing you can have is to be functional, not non-functional.
But since we're on here, okay, I can't find that particular comment. I'm going to have to go through my other tabs here. But Breeze Lover, she's the one who brought the Joker into the whole mix, and she says to Fleabite, "Sorry, Fleabite, man, I'm just the voice. Don't shoot the messenger, man." Fleabite 2000, you were very rude and disrespectful to my friend Joker, who I brought to this roundtable discussion to help Jeff Sisk. You not only attacked him on more than one occasion, but you embarrassed me as well. I did not bring him here to be attacked. He is a good dude, and you were way off base to accuse him of being anything other than honorable. If he was being nefarious, do you think he would have even mentioned to Robert that he had admin capabilities? He was attempting to help Robert as well to figure out his site and what could have possibly gone wrong. Fleabite 2000, you owe Joker an apology, and by the way, even after being corrected, you still later in the conversation accused Joker of attacking a government. Try listening.
Yeah, that was not true. He said he was helping the people.
Yeah, try listening and paying attention, Fleabite 2000. Keep up. That is my advice to you for your next roundtable discussion. I certainly will not be a part of it and certainly will not recommend anyone to attend. Incredible. Okay,
Wow.
first off, Breeze Lover, it's not his round table, it's my round table. So if you got offended, I'm sorry, Breeze Lover, because you're a wonderful lady, and I love you, and I hope you keep on watching the show. We'll keep Fleabite on a short leash. I promise.
Well, that actually brings me up to my next question to you, Robert. I heard about this new free-for-all 10 minutes to say it all.
Ah, the free-for-all. I don't think this is the appropriate time to plug a new show. Because
Well,
we're still in the apology phase, and we're still trying to round out some rough
okay.
corners.
Forgive me. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I do want to say for the record, Joker, you did a great thing, man, and we were all there, part and parcel, to help Jeffrey Sisk with his site. And after our conversation later this afternoon, I really appreciate you helping him out. I'm glad that we were able to create a connection for him to get the help that he needed, and for that, I think episode 2 was entirely successful, even though it was dramatic and strange. But whatever, life is dramatic and strange. Um, yeah.
Thank you,
Uh,
Mr. Pinkerton.
Thank you, Mr. Pinkerton. But yeah. By the way, Joker, when you see a message from me, and you see that dude with the hat and the gun. That's not the British prick. It's a Canadian prick. You got to get it right. Yeah. I'm Robert Morris,
Not flea bite.
not Fleabite. But hey, listen. I don't want to take away from Fleabite either. Just for the record, I want to say that I completely encourage all aspects of the way that you want to portray yourself. I mean, hey, listen. This whole community is not about fuzzy loving Care Bears in fuzzy Care Bear society. Not everybody is going to get along. We're not all going to get along. We're going to have to get through some rough patches and get through some shit. And that's just the way it is. And if we can't get along on that level, like I said before, this whole entire planet is fucked, because we're the only thing holding the truth together. And we got to get together, and we actually have to stand for it. So, like, we could, we can argue amongst each other, or create, rifts in our relationships and this and that, or we can go and compartmentalize ourselves and be all cliquey and all that shit. Well, guess what? Get over yourselves and let's get the fuck together, and let's get organized, and let's do some shit. Let's stop appealing to each other, and let's get out there into the goddamn masses, because I'm getting pissed off.
Yep, and I think we need to unite. We need to bring all of our thoughts and ideas together, because once we're all together, that's the strongest way we can attack this humanity issue that we're all here a part of in the humanity society. We need to work together, because separated, we're weak. Together, we are strong.
Yeah, and that's, exactly. That's exactly what it is. I mean, hey, we could sit there and watch YouTube videos all goddamn day while the fucking world falls apart behind, around us.
Well, I'd like to bring up, can I plug Saturday night's show, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Robert J. Morris YouTube site. Robert's unveiling a new show called End Time Events. Yeah, take it from there, Robert.
Same show. It's the same show. It's just going to be a special edition show. Apparently, we got Thor news. He's going to be in the house.
Stay cool, Thor news. Coming live.
And I tried to get a couple other fancy names in there. However, some people are busy. But whatever. We got Thor news. What we're going to be discussing is the end of the world. And,
the Ozarks, underground cities, comets.
You got it. That's right.
Solar flares, nuclear bombs, everything under the sun.
Nuclear myth.
Yeah, we're going to be discussing myths and truths, right and wrong. We're going to have it all out in the open. We're going to do it, Oh,
and survival. We got Izzy Thislin here. She's going to be she's our resident health and wellness expert. She's going to go on about survival in the bush. I would really like, if anybody knows those guys over at Sigma 3 Survival, I'd love to get one of those guys over to be on the show. So this is a little bit of a shout out if anyone knows that guy, because I'd love to have him on the show, because survival in case of break glass in case of emergency kind of bullshit. That's kind of what we need. Just to bring it out onto the table.
Yeah, but we're gonna discuss everything.
We're gonna get away from the dramatic shit that happened last Saturday, which was.
Well, I'd like to throw out a question to you, Robert. I know people like to smoke weed. People like to get drunk. We're not trying to limit people. Yeah, giver. I know you work hard, buddy. You work hard. Maybe, if somebody wants to come on the show, maybe we should, we only have one rule, which is respect. But I think if we're hammered...
No. The one rule is don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I'm sorry. I don't want to take your phrases. But I think maybe, if you're going to be getting hammered, maybe, you're not respecting the other panelists.
No. Here's the thing. And I will say this. Listen, everybody is aware of their selves. If they're going to use alcohol or drug abuse as an excuse to be something that they're not, then fuck off. I got no fucking time for you. Listen, everybody is responsible for their own actions, whether intoxicated or not. So you know what? Shut your fucking flap hole in the front of your face if you're going to be an asshole or a dick. Huh? See how this works out? Look, I don't care if you're intoxicated. Everybody does what they do. But if you don't know if you can contain yourself, then don't be on the show. It's that
Well,
simple.
well said. Hey, I noticed we have a guest on here as well. Robert, why don't you bring him in?
All right, Chris Telford, brother, you
Hello.
got some shit to say.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You guys talking about that? Are we off that topic, or should I continue on that topic? Because
No,
I got some things to say about it.
You got the floor,
Uh,
brother. You
well,
do what you gotta.
one thing I don't know if I should bring it up, but I can't get to Zeekly.tv right now.
Really?
yeah, I'm having issues with it still too. But he
Yeah,
did say that there was going to be growing pains.
and one of the things I noticed was he uses a system called Clip Bucket, which was it's a PHP script, open source free PHP script, and I'm into system development and um, PHP programming, although I have limited ability to actually like code my own software. I would need at least one other person to do so. But I'm very interested in like creating websites and doing like something legitimate, not just making a clone site. Like Zeekly got some good people on board right away, but there's more that can be done. Like you could design an entire PHP system to do exactly what we would want to do as a truth community,
I believe you're right. I agree with
like
you.
a promotional tool.
I
Like
just
we
hope you
could.
don't want to. I just hope you don't want to make websites for money because there's no fucking money in it anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, there could be some monetary possibility in it. I wouldn't discount that, and I would give most of it to the creators of the content. So,
Right.
but the idea is that like there are ways to code systems that be even like wait. I don't want to like shadow Zeekly TV or anything, but like we could go way beyond that and create like a system that would be accessible to like Free Radio Revolution and all these
Yeah.
channels that want to
Well,
get something out there and just make it simple and just here's the link. They can just broadcast that link to their audience and boom.
well
Well,
said. Well said.
well, yeah, and Zeekly TV. I mean, Jeffrey Sisk did announce that Zeekly 2.0 will be coming out, and it's probably going to be exactly that kind of mainframe that you're describing. However, I have to agree with you is that like anybody like I don't know. I know about 6 or 7 different programming languages for web development, and I got out of the web development game about 3 or 4 years ago because it was bullshit. Quite frankly, I mean, you can't make money off it anymore. You got so many one-stop shops for site design and this and that. It's really hard to convince somebody to go and spend uh, adequate amount of money for your hours spent. Like if you're trying to do a job for somebody, how do you justify being paid X number of dollars per hour when they can go and get a simple 3-click fix? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
So,
But
but
it reminds me kind of the good old term, the KISS method, keep it short and simple, right? That's what I heard from Christopher's message there, which I agree with.
But in PHP programming, there is no keep it simple, stupid. I mean, you literally have to program the entire site. When you're talking about server side scripting, you actually have to program every single aspect of the site. You have to do security. You have to do your
I
throws
meant
and
on
your
the
catches.
front end.
Yeah,
I was
well,
more referring to the front end. Like I have a YouTube clone site online right now as well, and I'm not sure if it's going to go anywhere. But that's the whole point. Is like
how about you share that? How about you share that with Save Humanity? Let's bring it all together. Let's do that because
yeah, it's a good script. I would say it probably is a bit better than ClipBucket. It's just a PHP script.
I'd like to look at that, man. I really would. That would be awesome. I mean, look at me. My website just went down because I didn't pay the goddamn hosting bill.
One thing I wanted to bring up. There's this one, like, it's almost like a SoundCloud clone. It's so I was thinking for like podcasters, especially like MP3 format, because I know a lot of people won't watch YouTube videos, especially if they're like a couple hours or whatever. It's
Like
just a whole
last
different
Saturday's event.
format. Yeah, like a lot of people are more into the podcast format, so I was thinking of creating maybe like a conspiracy alternative media type SoundCloud alternative, because there is a script out there that's basically exactly like SoundCloud, but you can make it into whatever you want, and it's open source, so you can develop from it as well. So I was thinking like definitely MP3 audio format only would be a cool thing.
Well, Chris, I mean, the entire Save Humanity like concept that I created, like, I created is a wrong term, that I tried to push forward. I mean, I got the website, I got the domain hosting, and blah blah blah, and all that shit. But I mean, seriously, with some crafty fuckers like yourself and me, we could definitely create a platform for people.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh no, you can't do it because you got bandwidth issues and this and that." And they're right. They're right, because I mean, yeah, you need money to pay for bandwidth. As soon as you get users over X amount, then boom, bada bing, you're out the fucking door if you can't pay the bill, right? But that's why we create an infrastructure. We create an infrastructure, like I was saying before. You sell T-shirts, or you sell something. You got to make some kind of money to pay the beast. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
hey, what do you think I was thinking today when I was standing on top of a 12-foot ladder, fucking mudding and taping drywall? I was thinking, I don't want to fucking do this.
I think
I think that, and that's a good point too, because personally, like you mentioned about not making money. Well, I actually do want to make a living online. Like I think that I've done it before. I used to make lots of money.
Me too.
So I think it's a admirable quest.
Well, dude, hey, listen, there's nothing wrong. Hey, and this goes out to all of the goddamn listeners, because if you've been pulled into the false representation that all truthers are non-profit and we just want to live for free, guess what? No one's paying our fucking bills for us. Nobody is on our side when it comes to paying down the ducats. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean is that, like, hey, my website went down because I couldn't afford the bill. And that's because I don't have any money. I just fucking landed in Edmonton, Alberta maybe 4 weeks ago. And now I'm paying back $1,500 worth of fucking immediate debt, not to mention the fucking $8,000 that I fucking wasted away on other people's dimes over the course of 4 months of traveling. So, hey, what I'm trying to get at is, sorry, Event, don't worry, you can get your thought out in a second, but what I'm trying to get at is that basically we do, like, hey, if I could sit at home and do this full time, or run out into the streets with my camera, with my DSLR, and interview people, if somebody would pay me for that, I would do it fucking 24 hours a day. But quite frankly, that's just not the way it is. We live in a fucking society where we have to work, and work double time to do the things that we want to do.
Agreed.
Anyway.
That's what I was going to jump in on. I was just going to say, the people that are ruling, that are forcing us into these societies are making everything hard. We have to slave for our money. We have to put it all where they want it. They tax us on everything. And that's another reason why we're all in the truth movement. But I can totally understand and respect you, Robert, because everything you do is from the heart. And, if you had a T-shirt company and you made money off of it, I say good for you, brother, because, you're out here sweating and putting in the time, brother. I just wanted to say that.
I want to announce I am in the process of creating the open source T-shirt company. And
that sounds like a Fight Club, the soap.
Yeah, a little bit. A
Like
little bit.
the soap
Well, yeah,
company.
yeah. It's
Sweet.
gonna. Well, it's gonna have what you said. All different kinds of investors
All
and.
right, I'm going to break it down like this, and here's how it's going to work: is that yes, there's going to be a website, and then you can become a member of the website. Let's say you're an artist. You're an artist. You make some pretty decent logos. Okay, so you submit your logos. Those logos get used. You get a kickback from a T-shirt sale. However, you might not be an artist. You might be a supplier of shirts. So you can contribute as well. You become a supplier in the membership system. So now you're also regional, right? There's other regional suppliers. You might be a printer. You might be a silk screener or whatever, but you still are a member. Now, all of this will amalgamate into a system where the end user, the customer who buys a T-shirt, can basically dictate what kind of shirt, design, and what have you, and what they get. This is the open source T-shirt company concept.
Great idea, Robert. Great idea.
And it's going to be up to the community to determine who gets what, when, and how. And quite frankly, I think it's fucking awesome.
Chris.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my wheels are now spinning. That's awesome.
And that can be applied. That concept can be applied to any product across the goddamn board. And
Wait.
I'm opening this up. This is an Echelon Publishers Group concept, but it's open source, which means that anybody can fucking do it. Pick up the reins, grow a pair of balls, and fucking do it. Do it. Everybody should be doing this because there's only one way to fund our movement, and it's by action. Not sitting around and watching fucking YouTube videos. Not to say it's not fun. And
Yeah. Hey.
it's not informative,
Yeah.
but come on, guys, get a grip. All of us, everybody.
Yeah, we got to take this to the streets too. I believe what was it Tony who did that great video, Robert?
Tony Snodgrass, yes.
Tony Snodgrass.
He shared a great video. A gentleman goes onto the street. Buddy's waiting for a bus. It's going to be there in 2 minutes, and within 2 minutes, he deliberated an idea of violent taxation, and sold him a card and a concept and an ideal at the same time. And quite frankly, that's the kind of shit we need to be doing. Like, if you're not wearing a T-shirt, then go spread flyers. Like I was saying before in my Call to Arms video, go and put flyers down. Yes, flyers will be available on the website as soon as it's back up and running.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. Like I'm all about decentralization, but also a central theme or like save humanity, like that. I like that brand and that concept, you know.
Yeah, and also, you know,
like I think there needs to be something like that. Like I'm all like everyone should create their own thing. I think artistic, like you got to make your art, but also like having these central themes like save humanity. Boom, like
absolutely. And we got hey, listen, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. These fucking pundits, these grossly overpaid fucking androgynous prostitutes go in and pummel us with all kinds of crap. It's time we did the same goddamn thing to all of them, to every single one of them.
I agree. We gotta start, you know, getting it spread more to the people that aren't in the movement because we need to unite everybody.
No, even the people in the movement. The people in the movement are just to blame because they're sticking in their little backyards, they're sticking in their little corners, and they're not really doing anything.
Yeah, because
they're making YouTube videos for other people in their own movement because, I mean, they mean well. They're trying their goddamn best to do what they're good at doing, but it's not their job to get it out to the masses. It's my job and other people like me to do that.
Well, basically, you know, if we don't fight this fight now, we're just going to be handing it off to our children and their children, and I'm dead set against that. I'm all for stopping issues now and taking responsibility as a human being and as a man. And whether that's making YouTube videos, whether that's putting a T-shirt on that says Save Humanity, or whether it's just asking people, hey, do you know that the media are being trained to shoot guns? Do you know that your government is amassing massive weapons, you know, in your own hometowns? Like, I think that was something Christopher was studying. Chris, you want to jump in?
Yeah, well, I was thinking like the awareness versus activism and the actual participation within the like what is labeled as like government structure and all this stuff. Like, you know, there is a show called Parks and Recreation out there. Like,
I know that show.
yeah, there's like and it is propaganda. So like there's this idea of propaganda. I don't think has totally reached people in the terms that it needs to be. And I'm not saying there's a value judgment on whether it's good or bad, but it is what it is. And people like myself, I understand that that is a form of propaganda.
Oh,
And
you're right. You're absolutely right, bro.
and we need to engage with that system, and that is a media industrial complex. Like and it is backed by corporations and military interests and everything.
Oh yeah. Well,
So,
hey, I mean, all of that well, yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, the first absolute step is to break through the stigma and the dogma of the perception of the average Canadian / American / European / who the fuck ever, their perception of things. And like, okay, Bear Radio, I'm here in Edmonton, Alberta, and Bear Radio is probably the only cool rock station, but their announcers, their radio hosts that they have on the show, they are completely, like, even though they are edgy and alternative, right? As soon as somebody comes on, I heard a guy 3 nights ago came on the air, and there was a question that they had because the X-Files was returning to TV. They said, right? Okay, all right, well, fantastic, great. I'd love to have David Duchovny back on the air. But that aside, listen, they brought up a question. They said on the air, they said, if you had the option to spend time with an alien being on another planet, would you? That was the question. So you get a number of different people coming in and out, and a lot of people are pretty fucking stupid, so they say dumb shit, and then they go and railroad them. One guy comes on and says, hey, listen, I wouldn't believe a goddamn thing that NASA says. By the way, NASA was the one that started that whole
good for him
thing. but these edgy alternative fucking radio hosts went and said, oh, did you forget to put your tinfoil hat on? Oh, are you drinking, sir? And he's like, no, I don't drink. Oh, well, then you must have smoked too much pot. He goes, I don't smoke pot. He goes, oh, well, then you need some sleep. He goes, no, I sleep 12 hours a day, and I work hard. You guys just need to do your due diligence. You need to do your research.
Amen.
And they're like they still wouldn't let it fucking lie. Like, these guys would like just, they bombard them, and they're like, all right, well, we're gonna have to let you go, sir. You've been going on for too long now. And it's like, really? Like, these are the people that represent the mainstream fucking media.
Yeah, and we need to get
however much you might like them because they're funny and they say poopy fucking ass jokes all the time, guess what? They work for the mainstream media, and they don't even know. They don't even know what they're saying because they've been indoctrinated.
Well, we got to have
Yeah.
journalists out there. We got to have cops out there. We got to have military out there. We got to have people out there that care about the same values that us three on this short show tonight all care about. And we need them to start speaking out. We need real journalists to start doing their job. We need some accountability on the mainstream media side.
Absolutely.
And if they don't, who's going to be the ones that start telling the truth? And if we're all fighting amongst each other because blah blah said blah blah is no good because blah blah lied, how are we ever going to get a message spread? Because we're continuing to paint ourselves into a corner. I think we need to unite. We need to start working as adults and responsible humans.
Absolutely. Responsible fucking adults with accountability and get off the fucking name calling. Like, I mean, I've been watching a few fucking videos lately and a couple of fucking hangouts, and I'm completely disgusted with the reaction to stimuli. And when I say that, I'm trying to be as general as possible without offending anybody, but those people who have fucking partaken in it know who the fuck they are. Listen, when people come across with absolutely like heartfelt intention, don't be the first to fucking knock them down. Because I'll be the first to fucking knock you down. Live.
And we need to all start waking up together like this, because we're never going to win if we continue to start painting each other into corners.
Yeah, let's not paint each other into corners, please.
Yeah, the world's plenty enough for all of us. We're not in the New World Order. We don't believe there should be 500 million people. We believe there's lots of Earth, there's lots of jobs, there's lots of opportunity out there, and we gotta lose the stigmas and the dogmas.
Event. Listen, it's already been fucking documented that every single breathing soul on this planet can be easily taken care of. Every single bit of bullshit, stigmatic fucking crap that we've heard about this fucking depopulation because of lack of resources. There's no lack of resources. Hey, when I see farmers stop burning their crops for fucking money, then I'll say that we have reached a fucking point. But as long as fucking farmers are fucking paid to fucking burn crops because of surplus, guess what? We haven't reached that fucking point yet. And that, you can take to the bank.
Well said, brother.
Well, exactly, because it is about taking it to the bank. A lot of the whole economy is structured in a way that the pricing and inflation, like it just doesn't make sense anymore, I don't think, and also like rental costs. And I think a lot of these issues have to be like generalized and like laymanized for everyone to understand. Like we're in the same position.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to create something.
Yeah, and if the people
realistic.
that are collecting the taxes and that are misappropriately spending these hard-earned American dollars and worldwide dollars, those people need to be held accountable for it. They're the ones who are making our lives harder and making us struggle when there's more than enough for everyone to live a comfortable, loving life.
And one of the things is these people are accessible. Like these top tier, if you want to look at it as a triangle, like these people, they do respond to the culture.
Well, they're humans.
So we change culture. Yeah. Like we can affect change and we can affect the top players in the industry.
Hey, I want to add to that, and actually, you just brought up a great point on the sideways note, kind of, sort of. But hey, listen, every single, and this is for all the listeners that are listening now and later, every single town, every single city, their financial structure is based on incorporation. Listen, it is a bullshit system, and it's based on dollars from a fiat currency system. If the system crashes, you own your fucking house. Every single thing that you do right now from this day forward, keep it out of the goddamn bank. invest in something tangible, something that you can walk away with that has value. The dollar system is about to fucking crumble, and it's not going to be pretty. Buy guns.
Well said. Well said.
Protect your fucking place, and I'm telling you right now, because the shit's about to go sideways, and it might not happen this month. It might not even happen this year. But guess what? Be prepared, because like the fairy tale that the government loves you. Wow, event.
Well, what I was going to say was, the time's coming where you're either going to draw a line in the sand. Well, sorry, the line in the sand is drawn, and right now is your opportunity, all of you listeners, me as well, everyone out there. It's time to pick a friggin' side, because, time's running short, and I'm getting fed up. Everyone's getting fed up, and we need to stand up.
Hey, listen, wow, I never thought I would actually say this publicly, but listen. I do not endorse nor acknowledge the authority of my government or the police that police this place. I do not acknowledge or recognize it. I operate outside of it. I refuse to pay my taxes because they're not my taxes. They're my country's taxes. And my country can go suck a hard dick.
Well said. Chris?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that.
Top that, bitch.
Well,
yeah, I think there's alternative everything now, and with currency like Bitcoin, like cryptocurrencies around, I think there's the opportunity, especially for us in the media, or at least people who are interested in creating new media, that we can create a new system, and it can be different. It's not like we have the opportunity to create something new here, and I think that that's sort of the point.
well
Like
said.
the old conventions are not going to, they're not going to last. So we have to
Nothing lasts forever.
do something new, like welfare and shit, and government taxation, and all the whole picture is going to eventually crumble.
Chris,
So,
may I interject?
yes, fuck yeah.
Guys, anybody listening, don't fucking go to Starbucks. Don't even go to Tim Hortons anymore because they're owned by Burger King. Don't go to Burger King. Don't go to Wendy's. They had a deal with fucking Tim Hortons long ago. Stop feeding the fucking machine. Go to your local fucking every fucking neighborhood has a local cafe. Go there. They probably have free Wi-Fi. Like, seriously, guys, start being responsible about your purchasing decisions, because the only way to actually put the noose around the neck of the beast is to fucking cut off their supplies. See, they live in what's called like financial fluidity, and if you stop that fluid from flowing, they will get pissed. They will react, and possibly lots of bad things could happen. But hey, look, we're in this for survival, and this isn't preschool. This isn't some bullshit fucking like conspiracy shit. This is like real. This is financial shit, and this is what they depend on. They depend on you fulfilling, like, this is what globalization's about, and this is happening. This is why Crest is on the fucking shelves of places in fucking Indonesia. Like, Come on.
Well, I could just add to that. A good example of that playing out in real time was this summer. The war on Gaza caused such a backlash to Israel. By the way, I'm stating that I'm just talking about Zionists here. I'm not talking about the regular people of Israel. I think the backlash and the protests and the boycotts actually stopped that war. So I believe it wholeheartedly in what Robert's saying. If we could pull our money back and be a little bit more responsible, we might be able to come at these New World Order assholes.
I want to take it a step further, actually. I want to take it a step further. Is that if you don't have a local coffee shop, because you depend on Tim Hortons or Starbucks or whatever the Christ fucking globalist coffee shop you have, and this is just an analogy, by the way. I'm not talking coffee shops here, if anyone's fucking smart enough to fucking get it. But what I'm saying is, start your own fucking thing. Get it going.
Well,
get it going.
You heard about Target?
Level. It's got it. No, get your own thing going at the community level. Hey,
Target failed in Canada. That's a good sign.
Be local. Be local about it.
Target failed. That's good.
That actually is funny. But yeah, no, you got to get local. You got to be local. Hey, remember your community. The reason why we're in this mess right now is because your neighbor 3 doors down doesn't even know your fucking name. Okay? That's part of the reason. Sorry, should I say. But yeah, I mean, seriously.
And the Crest fluoride.
Oh, yeah.
The Crest idea, I just wanted to say that's a good call, because it's something that, and I think we need to have like actual scientific and like real studies and like understand like is fluoride bad or good. Like personally, I think it's bad. Therefore, I make a decision in my life to not fucking participate in fluoride.
Yes,
but it's on the shelves, and a lot of people are fucking digging it.
It's bad for your brain.
Well, yeah,
a lot of people are digging it.
See, what I think what Chris is saying is we need some accountability on the people like scientists. Some may lose their life, just like fellow truther David Crowley lost his life trying to put it.
Well, now
that's a good point too.
We're into an entirely different subject now, because
you
got professionals. No, you got professionals who are afraid of their careers, and this is the compartmentalization of money making. I mean, everybody is going to be afraid to lose their job. I'm not afraid to lose my job. I was standing on a ladder fucking mudding and taping. I'd rather go out and fucking jump out my SUV and go and collect bottles and cans, for fuck's sakes. But hey, at the end of the day, though, you got these professionals making 100 or 150 grand a year, maybe 200, maybe even fucking 80. 80's fucking good. 80's a good number. Whatever. But guess what? They're afraid to lose their jobs. They're afraid to lose their credibility if they fucking go and say something against fluoride.
Yeah, well, just like, David Crowley, he went to the CFR and asked the CFR to fund him so he could call out the CFR. He did that intentionally, knowing the backlashes were gonna cause a lot of problems in his life, but he did it because he cared about the future of humanity. And I just think that was the point Chris was bringing up.
Yeah, I'll be right back before I go and pee in a bottle.
Evan.
Go ahead.
Keep it running there, Evan.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Fuck, where did we leave off there? We were talking, Crest, like fluoride and stuff. I was thinking, I think that, like, one of the things with people like Alex Jones, for instance, they really never got to the bottom of issues that he was like frontlining from the beginning. Boom. It's been a decade now, and really there's no real research, no real people coming to the front. His show for the last 10 years has just been this like plastic bubble that has never really amounted to anything at all on so many issues. So I think that, there needs to be like, okay, we're going to solve this issue. We're going to say,
I feel what you're saying.
Real or hoax or not.
I'd rather have my journalistic and my information brought to me by real people that are actually on the ground doing the job because they want to get the message out, not by people that are leading us around in circles, never going anywhere. We could break down hoaxes forever, but until we figure out what's causing the hoaxes, we're not going to get anywhere. So, like, I don't want to call out any of the mainstream alternative media guys. We all know who they are. I'm going to say right now, if any of them are listening to this, you need to step it up. You need to come back to the side of truth. You need to start being honest with yourself and your heart. All the military men out there that are just saying yes and taking orders, you need to open your mind up and you need to question what you're being told, because if I'm not correct, I'm sure that the Constitution of the United States of America states that you're supposed to protect your fellow Americans, and I think every Canadian and everybody worldwide should be protecting everybody the way they protect themselves, and not just taking yes commands and orders from other people.
And there's also one other aspect in the oath, and I'm fairly certain that it applies to the American oath as well as Canadian one when it comes to the military, and it's to deny unlawful orders.
Yes.
And unlawful orders are what's happening on a daily basis right now. In fact, it's happening, and it's so prevalent. So many people are denying orders. That is why companies like Blackwater, and that's why there's outsourcing happening. Not just in the Canadian government, they're outsourcing military contractors. That's why the American government's doing the same thing. I just went on to Zeekly. If it wasn't last night, it would be the night before. I don't have a great sense of time scale. So, but the fucking fact is that seriously, outsourcing is where it is. That's where it's at. That's how countries now can go and contract something and do something outside of Congress or outside of Parliament. In our case.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's sickening. And I mean, the Harper government's all over that. They're like all over that, like white on motherfucking rice. They're like that on like alcohol and on an Indian's breath. Like they're fucking crazy.
Well, that's what I'm trying to appeal.
Sorry, Indians.
Yeah, I'm trying to appeal to those people that are following those orders. You're the ones that we rely on as humans. We all rely on each other. So if I'm being told to do something that I'm not going to fly with, in my heart, I know it's wrong. And you know what? Besides the 1% narcissistic society that's out there,
to play devil's advocate, and I'll tell you this, and I mean this. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Being ex-military myself, look, in a perfect world, you get sworn in to a military body, you're no different than a wrench or a Jeep or a landmine. You might be human, but your feelings don't matter. You are a utensil and a tool. You've been sworn in. Now let's get into the feely bits, right? You have done that with faith, thinking that the body that you have become part of is for a just and right cause. So, therefore, you should do your due diligence and obey your orders. And like, hey, listen. If every single soldier decided to get feely when they got handed down an order, that would upset the entire effectiveness of a military unit. Now, I'm not talking about the current stage that's happening. I'm talking about just in this fairy tale life of what military should be, is that you give up your rights as a human and you become a utensil, an extension of the military, and that should be good. That should keep you safe, because a guy next to you did the same thing and he should keep you safe. And you're going to have losses and things are going to happen, but guess what? Things are so mis-fucking-construed right now that it's absolutely it's upside down.
Well, But that's what I was trying to say. I was just trying to say, no matter who is out there taking orders and who's giving the orders, we all know in our hearts what's just and what's not. Like I was trying to say, there's a group of people out there that are all me, and you know what? They can be all that they want, but people need to understand that those are the people that are in charge, and the people like me, you, and everyone else out there. I'm offering something bigger. I'm offering something about humanity. I'm offering about not being told, to kill an innocent person. I'm talking about how about being a military for the people, not a military for the government. That's what I'm trying to say, Robert.
Well, that's what militia is. That was the initial instantiation of the militia, was to be for local needs, and that's what it is.
Well, I'm saying I'm not looking to get involved with a group of people that are willing to go out and gun people down. I'm saying
that's not what militia means.
I know. Let me finish. I'm saying I'm trying to get involved with the people that have their heart set on the right thing with humanity, and they're willing to fight to protect the other people's right to be peaceful as well as their own. Because you know what? There's only one people that are profiting right now, and that's not your everyday hardworking person. It's these
sure
rich.
As fuck ain't me. That's goddamn sure.
And you know what? I'm saying, well, we're together on this issue. That's all my message is.
Listen. Yesterday morning, I went to. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I went to the drive-thru at Tim Hortons.
I still drink Timmy's. Come on, it's coffee.
I know it's force of habit, but yeah, we're feeding the oligarchy now. But anyway, I went to the drive-thru and fucking. My goddamn card got fucking declined for a
Oh,
cop.
I hate that.
You know what? I am so fucking broke. I don't give a shit, though. I'm going to keep on fucking going. I'm going to keep on fucking doing what I do. And, hey. Go ahead.
One of the things that, okay, I wanted to say was, okay, I don't think necessarily it's just getting people to stop drinking like Tim Hortons or something, which maybe might be the end goal. Don't get me wrong. However, I think a lot of it needs to be I'm interested in maybe sketch comedy or something, just to bring these issues.
I'd love to do some sketch comedy.
So
that'd be awesome.
So yeah, get people to go out to Tim Hortons and make stupid videos about how ridiculous the consumer culture is, just to plant the seeds and move society in a certain way, because these corporations are huge, and they're a basic for me in Toronto, it's like a staple, that is the staple of the entire society in a mega city like this.
They sold out to fucking Burger King. I can't believe it. But hey, Chris, I got a great fucking story for you, and it's really funny because a buddy of mine, Brian, he went and posted. I can't remember the name of the publication, and it's like The Onion. It's a comedy group. I didn't know it was a comedy group, but he posted this article, and people were losing their shit because because after the Burger King takeover, they went and fucking took out the fucking Timbit. And they were going. The article went and stated that people were losing their shit. And they were protesting, and I saw the article. I had no idea. That it wasn't serious. But I saw it. And I went, "What? People are going to protest about the lack of Timbits and not protest that we're fucking working with goddamn Zionists and fucking neo-Nazis?" What's wrong?
Well, yeah. People would rather break down satirical cartoon drawers than a truther that was putting his life on the line.
Well, hey, truth is stranger than fiction, and it's really fucking bizarre that you say that, because it's absolutely true that and this is a message to all the truthers out there that have been covering the Paris bit and all that. I mean, god damn it, hands down to all of you. Everything from the Parliament shooting here in Canada, Moncton, and all that, down to the States with Sandy Hook and the Boston Marathon. I mean, these things are coming rapid fire. Not to forget Sydney. I mean, Jesus. I mean, like it seems like every like G20 country is having their own 9/11, and it's been said. I heard it said. I just quoted somebody. I think it might have been even Jeff C. that said it, but he might have been quoting somebody else. I don't know, but like I honestly have to say, like every single one of these developed nations are setting an example for the developing nations, and it's all fucking hogwash, and I can't believe like that people are buying it.
Well, it's not only that they're doing the 9/11s, but it's that they've completely crafted the art of brainwashing, manipulation. They're pulling people's heartstrings with their hashtags and their memes, and they're profiting. And they're profiting off these psyops. Like I did a video on CNN. This lady was on there just twinkle-eyed about selling the hashtag for Charlie Hebdo. Like this, this was supposed to be a tragedy, and this lady's on TV smiling at the opportunity to profit off of these hoaxes. And like,
hey guys,
come on.
Sorry, Yvette, I don't mean to cut you off, but anybody listening, if you have access to a silk screen machine and you want to make a T-shirt, here's a T-shirt. Who's Charlie?
Who's Charlie?
Yes, print that.
Who's Charlie? Print that shit, put it on a T-shirt, and wear it. Who's Charlie? And why are these people talking funny? I'm talking about the French. Anyway, sorry, that was a little bit. Sorry, that was a big. My bad. Anyway, but yeah. Who's Charlie? Who is this Charlie guy?
Well, yeah. I wasn't trying to talk badly about the researchers out there because they are doing phenomenal work. I owe a lot of respect to Free Radio Revolution and Red Pill and all the other. Well, I guess he's now Truth Media Revolution. These people, they are pushing the boundaries. I'm just saying, I think we need to focus on, pushing some messages out there that we can reach the masses with.
I want to say this now to those guys. Branch out.
Make it big. Get it happening. Let's do this.
Branch out. Let's get less cliquey. Let's do some video productions that are spot on, that the other communities, i.e. the fucking sheeple, the people that aren't willing to listen to us with their knee-jerk reactions to fucking conspiracy theorists, let's get some actual productions out there, and let's start working together to create some shit.
Well, who's going to step up and take on the gray state? This needs to be done. That story right there could have reached millions and millions of people. And what?
Let's do that. Let's do that. Well, I'm looking in from the outside, and I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. I don't know shit from Shinola about the whole gray state thing. I really don't. I'm not going to for the moment. I'm not even going to I don't know nothing about it. Nothing. I know what you've told me.
Well, hey, Robert, if you go down next, bro, I'll still be on here talking the same thing about you for speaking the truth, just like I'm saying about David Crowley. That's all I have to say on the topic.
All right, cool. I appreciate that, man.
I have suspicions about that whole gray state thing, though. Like, I don't know. It seems like maybe it's kind of a setup, but I don't know. I'm also on the I don't know. So.
Well, Chris, that's a great. You know what? That's a great stance because so many.
I did look into it though.
So many of the things that we've been experiencing now have been on the other side of the fence, and now something has happened that could be on this side, but automatically other truthers are calling it a hoax.
Well, that what?
That's a knee-jerk reaction.
I don't know if they're calling it a hoax. They're calling it a murder. So I'm more on the fence.
Listen.
I'm saying maybe it is a hoax because. Because of his involvement in the.
If it is a hoax, then what's the message of the hoax? What's the message that you got, Chris?
Well, the message is to not, don't make media like that, and also the alternative media groups get a bump because they're like, look, see some other fucking guy.
Chris, let me. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
I
What
know.
you're telling me is that it's not a hoax and it's a direct threat. It's to say, don't do shit like this, or else you'll end up like this.
But I was also adding a caveat saying that it is also a bump for alternative media like Alex Jones and whatever to say, look,
See,
like this is what happens.
yeah, you know
Um,
what? Can I
Well,
answer
my
that?
my my
Let me.
understanding. Hang on, Event. My understanding though is that Crowley had reached out to so many different groups looking for support because he was trying to make a movie. So he's reaching out to all these different groups. He obviously got some attention from groups maybe that he didn't want to get attention from,
Of
and then
course.
and then suddenly he's dead.
Well, you know what? He was speaking the same message me and you are, Robert, and that's my message. Whether you think he was murdered, whether you think they hoaxed it just to make people not talk about the story, I'm saying we need to be talking about that story because that's where we're headed. We are headed towards the gray state.
Yeah. Well. Hey, this shit happened back in the 70s. Remember Peter Tosh, one of the whalers? I mean, this shit has been going on for decades. People who speak out. People who speak out. I mean, it was a lot easier back in the 70s. I mean, we didn't have all the interwebs and all the hamsters running through these fucking tubes and shit. But, I mean, like, seriously. I mean, people have been getting knocked off. I mean, it's already been proven that fucking Martin Luther King was murdered by the CIA.
Well, yeah, they sent him a letter. You know.
So, I mean, come on, guys.
It,
Everybody.
well,
Everybody.
that's what I
Yeah.
said, man. It could be you next, Robert. You know, we're out here for humanity. It could be me. It could be anybody.
It wouldn't be me because I'll tell you why. Because nobody would kill me. Because they, you know what, the worser thing than killing me would be letting me live like this.
Well, I don't know. I think we should all embrace the gray
They'd
state.
probably do me a favor by fucking killing me, but you know, quite
Someone
frankly, I'm too stubborn to die. I've already been dead once, and after the fucking clear, fucking, I just bounced up and fucking got the fuck out of Dodge.
I hear you, man. I've been battling things through. I was 3 months early, so I came in fighting. I'm going to go out fighting. But I
No,
still think,
I did that in my 30s.
yeah, I really think, someone needs to jump on board of this gray state meme. That movie needs to be made. It needs to make it. That message was amazing.
Well, the message needs to make it. I don't know about the
well,
movie.
let's make another one.
Yeah,
Like
let's
this is
do
where I
it.
come from.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, I'm on board, man. I'm with you, man. Let's do a fucking I'm in Edmonton. You're in Toronto. My compadre, my old business partner, Cunlay Bristow, he's in Toronto. Let's all work together. Let's make.
I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. Let's make a production. Let's make a real fucking
Yeah.
production.
And if anybody else, if this
we-
resonates with you, you can leave your comments in the links below. If you want to get on board, you can contact anyone or all three of us if so. I believe Christopher's into directing and film producing. I believe Robert's a sound tech, and
I also do photography, graphic design, and I do video. So
and I got a heart that could share this entire universe. So that's about it.
I remember Robert told me about a video game, which is also another possibility. I remember you were talking about a video game at one point. It was very complex and awesome.
video game
Not
or
that you- No, yeah, you were talking about an entire video game and story that you had.
the Echelon Agreement.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into
And
that.
I've been in
That's a
I've
whole
been in
nother.
video game development as well, so like that's
Let's
the thing,
work on that.
especially when you think about like a lot of these people who are into apps and fucking little video games and shit like that, a little fucking New World Order little video game for your iPhone or some shit.
Yeah.
That it doesn't take that much to
Angry
make
Birds.
that.
Angry Birds.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah, stuff
distraction.
like that.
You know, I'll tell you, I'm from the old school. I remember going to a bar. I had to pay for a fucking pint and then sit down and play Arkanoid at the tabletop. Remember the Arkanoid? Ah, shit.
The good old days.
The good old days.
That's it. That's it, boys. Well, and ladies, I guess I enjoyed our conversation tonight. And yeah, sorry, Tom, about the whole penalty box issue. And Joker, I hope you come back. I think that's it for me, guys. You guys carry on. Love you both. Love everybody out there. And yeah, great show, guys. Thanks for chatting.
Hey, man. Awesome. Thank you, Event. I really appreciate you. You're like my goddamn pit bull. You're right there. You're like
Amen.
you're like my tame pit bull.
Uh,
You love
well,
you love everything, but you'll chew the arsehole off of something if I ask you to. So I appreciate
that's 100%, boys. Okay, I got to go to work. I'm going to get back to work. Okay, cheers.
Peace, mate.
Thanks, Ben. Shit.
All right. Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, he seems really cool. I don't know him that well, but
I've only gotten to know him through this show I'll tell you something, man. Through the 6 degrees of separation, we know the president of the United States.
yeah, for
And
sure.
and I'll tell you, like, just a 1 or 2 degrees is us. We have the power, guys, and this is a message to everybody else out there, man. We have the fucking power, but we gotta put our petty fucking differences aside, especially in the truther community. And this goes out to everybody that's making videos and stuff. We gotta stop getting cliquey. We gotta fucking open up our fucking minds and our fucking brains to other shit that's out there, and clamp your fucking mouth shut before you speak out and think. Because a lot of these guys are getting really, really, really polarized. And, you know, it's one thing to wake up, but it's another thing to wake up and then push yourself into another sleep pattern. And that's what I see happening across the board. And there's no way that anybody is going to take us seriously if we can't get along as a community, period.
Yeah, and make some sort of mission statement and like have something
Yeah.
to push people along, you know.
Well, I mean, people. Well, when I say people, I'm talking about your average red-blooded human earthling that has a fucking mind of their own. For all of the amounts of effort put into research and this and that, you could also put into understanding and deliberation of other people's assimilation of what you're saying. Everybody wants to get along. And this is the funny thing about humankind, is that we all want to get along, but as soon as one thing, a red flag goes up in the air, suddenly it goes under conjecture, and then you have your fragmented groups that will go and analyze it and then say, oh, well, based on this or based on that. Well, guess what? Everybody, there's no fucking science to this. What we're doing is groundbreaking, and what we're doing is completely and totally non-scientific. And get out of your fucking zone. Put yourself into everybody's zone for once.
But a lot of the people are like just trolling, man. Like, so.
Well, yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
it kind of is a little bit like trolling, I guess. But I mean,
I think a lot of people are just
Yeah.
out to troll. You know, they're not necessarily out to understand at all. But
Well, they say
you
they
know,
are.
it really
They
isn't
say
about
that
that.
they say that they want to understand. They say that they're like, oh, we're here for the truth movement. We want to get truth out there. Well, you know what?
Right. Okay.
Stand beside yourself and listen to what you're saying and listen to what other people are saying. And like, there's a old rule from Hamilton, Ontario, the steel town, and it's shut your fucking pie hole and listen, because you can't do any good if you don't listen. You have to listen before you can learn. If your mouth is flapping, you're not fucking hearing anything. Does that make any
Yeah.
sense? Like, to anybody?
Yeah, man. But a lot of people are just talk and talk, 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 talk. So I don't think that message has really got to a lot of people.
Yeah,
But
well, it will
you know,
happen.
I,
Yeah.
I'm reading a book right now. It's called Trust Agents, and it's one of these like Web 2.0 books by a couple authors, Chris Brogan and Julian Smith. The whole idea of the book is how to use influence, improve reputation, and earn trust. And the entire book is basically like built on, and these guys are marketers, successful business people on the internet who have like built an entire kind of empires of just people interested in what they're talking about, and that's what I think the conspiracy, like alternative media um, niche or special interest needs. It needs like legitimacy, and it needs trust, and it needs like
It also needs representation. Um, you got to remember the knee-jerk reaction that the average everyday person gets to what we do is, oh, these motherfuckers is crazy. They're crazy. Ah. Well, guess what?
yeah,
Yeah, we are, and so are they, because they believe the goddamn mainstream fucking media. They're crazier than we are, for fuck's sakes. But they just don't get it. Anyhow, what I mean to say is this, is that we have to work together to create things like works, bodies of works that are palatable for the mainstream community. The same people that are being brainwashed, the sheeple that we like to, well, not like to, that we are actually kind of sad to refer to, these are the people that we need to market to. But we got to do it in their terms, in the terms that they
exactly.
understand. Like, we can't go and the second you go and do a fucking Boston Marathon bombing video, they're gonna completely go and watch fucking VAT-19 fucking videos. It's just the way it is. And yeah, look up VAT-19. You'll see why the sheep will fucking like it, because it's funny. It fills them full of joy instead of fucking bullshit. What we need to do is organize, create real like documentaries that are not only engaging but entertaining, talk shows, things that
Yeah.
bring those people into our world so that they can go back to their friends and talk about it later and then say, hey, maybe we don't have it all figured out. We can't just go and say, hey, sheeple, you don't have it figured out because you're dumb. You're asleep. We can't do that because it doesn't work. It goes against the grain. And like, these are our brothers and sisters. These are the people that we grew up with and the people that we work with. And, you know, like, you know what grinds my fucking gears? It's the amount of effort that the truther community puts into making videos, and it goes fucking nowhere. It grinds my fucking gears
Yeah.
senselessly. I go out of my
Yeah, me
fucking
too, man.
mind because I'm the only one. Like, well, when I'm watching the video, I'm the only one in the room, right? So, but I'm like, I'm the only one who gets this. Like, fuck.
Well, they're
You
preaching
know,
to the choir.
yeah.
But
Well, I'm
really,
sure.
it
I'm
is a
sure.
big.
Hey, Chris, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir on a number of levels, because anyone who's listening to this right now in the truth movement is going, yeah, yeah. But guess what? How do we break out of that? How do we break out of that shell? You know. You know how to do it.
Collaboration. Yeah.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
We utilize the methodology of Hollywood, of good productionship, of good writing. We put the shit out there, and then on top of that, we go out and we engage the public. We go out with fucking flyers, microphones, cameras. We go out there. We go out in downtown. Maybe get it on public access cable. Maybe fucking make a movie. Put that out on YouTube. Fucking look for sponsors. Like, we got to use every goddamn methodology that we can to get the message out. Like, you know, it's like I said before. I mean, it's one thing to make a truther video and put it on YouTube, but guess what? You're putting it on a platform that is designed to censor us.
Yeah.
Where's that going to go? All that is going to go is to all 118 of my subscribers and all 2,000 of this guy's and all, and where from there? Where do you go from there?
Nowhere. And that's where a lot of the videos, and I feel the same way because I watch these videos and I think they're great and I think there's a lot there. But
I think so too.
But there needs to be a product, you know, like I would need, if I'm going to go out there and I'm going to start spreading the gospel or whatever as a person, like I need a product, and that's why I like Save Humanity. I like these ideas, these concepts that we can build from and create something like really like awesome that people will be like, holy fuck, like it's going to be like comedic and it's going to be so educational as well. They're just going to be like, I recognize that as kick-ass media. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
Like we need to make that.
Here's what's going good in our favor for what you're saying, and it's the fact that people are confused. People don't know. You know, it's funny because people are just the general public. I'm talking about. I can see the confusion in everyone's faces, especially when I go and, you know, like someone like me, I go and say off the cuff things like, you know, well, you know, that's just all lies anyway, and they look at me like kind of, they tilt their head like a pit bull does when you hold up a phantom bone, you know. You're like, what?
Gopher.
And it's like, yeah. Oh, it's like, fuck. And it's like, yeah, well, you know, you're being lied to. But the thing is, though, is that everybody knows shit's fucked. They just don't know who to put the blame on, because they've been indoctrinated. And, you know, like, once you get somebody asking questions, as soon as you get somebody to ask a question, you know, there's an old rule I learned, and everybody that's listening can take this. It's basically a conversationalist kind of a thing. It's basically this: you think the person who's talking is in control of the conversation, but it's not true. It's the person asking the questions that is in control of the conversation. And that's it. Straight up, bottom line. Person asking the questions is in control of the conversation. We have been so inundated with so much bullshit and rhetoric and dogma across the fucking table that, you know, people forget how to ask questions. And I will have to quote, I think it's a Family Guy quote, actually, you know, that there's no such thing as stupid questions, just stupid people. And I will counter that by saying that there's really no such thing as a stupid person, just an uninformed one, and one that lives under the dogma of their oppressor.
Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, and I think people like consciously accept so much, but it's tough because there's an entire like this is what I've been speaking about in my recent videos, basically on Marshall McLuhan and some of his ideas on information war and how that's uh, basically a sensory war. It's a soft war
Mm-hmm.
where there's an actual attack on people's nervous systems, their sensory, their ears, their mouth, their fucking eyes. Like people need to understand that in its basic sense to understand like the depth of the propaganda that exists in our environment because it is pervasive and
Yeah.
most people don't even fucking know it.
No, they
So
don't. And that's the beauty of mind control. I mean, you know, it's that little fucking 3 foot square box in the corner of the room, or their 52-inch fucking corner to corner box in the fucking room. That is what deliberates their mentality for the next day. And look at the bullshit pumping through that fucking thing. That's their eye socket into the fucking realm of
and
the
it
universe, and they buy it
and
hook,
it's
line,
in
and
the
sinker.
and it's in like one of the ideas could be like these systems are in Tim Hortons and fucking all these commercial McDonald's and whatever, like they all have TV screens in there too. Some of the built elevators and some of the towers in Toronto, like there is a system there in the TTC. There's a video system there. Like these are hackable, and not from like that's not like a bad thing that I'm saying hackable. I'm saying like legitimately infiltrate these systems. You know, like there's hacking, and then there's actually like paving your way toward infiltrating the system. Infiltrate is a shitty word to use, but what I'm
No,
saying is
it's not.
like
It's not a
you
shitty word to use. No, no, I agree wholeheartedly. I mean,
okay.
go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, I was just okay. Like sometimes I backtrack a little, but that's what I want to do. I want to infiltrate these fucking systems. I want to get fucking networked and all these fucking things. I was in advertising, 9. Like I had millions of hits, like ridiculous millions of hits daily, um, on 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 advertising systems. So like I know the game in from an advertising point of view. So I know that you can, when you got money, you can buy ads. And I do
Yeah.
want to make money, and I do want to buy advertising, and I do want to make it work, and I do want to spread a message, a good message. So I am down with this thesis that you can make advertising good
Well,
and
it's a
do it
slippery
well.
slope. It's definitely a slippery slope, and it's like, hey, 1 minute we could be doing truther videos. Next minute, all of the truthers will call us shills because we're making money off of it, right? And then we'll be
Yeah,
fearmongers, right? So, like, it is a slippery slope, and but
but
hey,
yeah,
but listen. That is that
yeah.
is part of the fucking course. I don't give. Hey, listen. I will. If I haven't said it before, I might have said it before, but I'll say it again now and reiterate. I do not give a flying fuck what anybody thinks of me personally. I don't give a rat's fucking ass. All right? That is for everybody to fucking hear. I don't care what you think about me. However, what you think about my message, what you think about the people that I support, what you think about everything else that I'm trying to do, that's where I give a rat's ass. So guess what? I want this to get promoted, and the world's our fucking oyster, and there's a lot of fucking sleepers out there who don't fucking know what's going on, and we gotta get to them, and we have to get our message out. So if we have to fucking go down to guerrilla tactics and use fucking Hollywood's tactics against them, and or the fucking mainstream media's tactics, then let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's use their system against them. Like, I am not. Hey, I sleep well at night. I sleep well at night because I know that I am trying. I am trying to fucking get people motivated to fucking break this goddamn cycle. And yeah, man, look, we have to get together. Either remotely or in person. I might actually be in Toronto the next couple of weeks. My business partner in Toronto, Cunley Bristow, he might fly me down there to work on a production that he's working on. So I might actually be right fucking next door to you.
Well, come by the Cineforum, dude. That's where I'm at. Have you heard of that? Cineforum?
Nah, I've heard of it. I might have.
Yeah, it's small. It's one of the smallest but eclectic theaters in Toronto.
That's down by the fucking distillery district, isn't it?
No, Village, Bathurst area.
Oh, Bathurst. Oh yeah. I used to be a bicycle courier in Toronto, eh?
Me too, man. I know all the couriers.
I used to work for Turtle.
Oh shit, man. Yeah, man. I was also thinking the couriers could be an elite force in this movement.
Totally.
You know.
Totally.
That's the key. You know, they go up in these big towers every fucking day.
Every day.
These corporate
hot secretaries. I got paid money to ride my bike all day and meet hot secretaries. That was my job.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That was awesome. Hey.
And when was that? That was
oh shit, dude.
What years?
That was 2010.
Okay, so yeah, you're in the era of shitty pay, but.
Oh fuck! I made good paper, man. I was fucking good.
Yeah, you did. Shit. Well.
I was really good.
Turtle, it pays well. I worked with Blizzard and they paid shit.
Oh no! I just gunned it. I even covered for a Korean guy. Nobody could understand him on the radio, so I constantly had to go and take his orders.
Okay, so you doubled down.
Yeah, I doubled down. I won't forget the time I got fucking blown off my bike on Queens Quay by a goddamn. It was a little thunderstorm that rolled in. I got fucking blown right off my bike, fucking 10 feet off my bike.
Fuck. Yeah, well, like, the guy who started Twitter, he studied dispatch systems in his city, right? So that's one of the lessons I want to, tell people, because I'm into systems. I want to develop systems. That's how shit gets done. You look at your city, you see people fucking doing what needs to be done, and you develop something that people want or people need, or things that people don't even know that they want, and then you just fucking create that fucking system. That's right. What's going to bring everyone together.
Well, hey, you know what, Chris, stick around, because I'm going to close out this live to air. But stick around. I'm going to get you back into to a hangout. Yeah, and listeners, viewers, we kind of ventured off of the main topic, and the main topic was to apologize to Tom Lacavera. Brother, listen, man, don't let Fleabite 2000 knock you off your rocker and get you pissed off at us, because we love you, man, and I hope to have you back. Joker, you did a great job. I appreciate what you did for Zeekly TV. And yeah, man, keep on keeping on. Yeah, I'm the Canadian prick that fucking contacted you this afternoon, just so you can get your name straight with the whole community here. Anyway, other than that, love the words that Event Skeptic placed down. And little heads up. We got Audio Activist. He's back in town. We don't know if he went to jail or not, but he's back, and he's going to be back on Saturday Night Show along with Maddie D. And we got Izzy Fizzlin and Thor News. And that will be our end of the world edition of Save the Silly Humans Community Roundtable. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. This has been, basically a forced presentation, just because we had to get some things on the table, and I'm glad that we had Chris here to bring some other things out. I didn't think this was going to be. I thought this was just going to be a damage control operation, but really we actually brought out some other stuff to light. So for that, I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, anytime. So guys, tune in Saturday night, and that would be 9 Eastern, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, and no, wait, no, that's not right. No, I totally fucked that up. Anyway, it'll be 9 Eastern. Peace.
We're